Today, we're discussing something that can shape your financial future, and that's choosing between a Roth IRA and a traditional IRA. And on the surface, they sound nearly identical, same acronym, same goal, same retirement timeline. But under the hood, they operate very differently, and choosing the wrong one for your situation can cost you tens, sometimes even hundreds of thousands of dollars over your lifetime. Welcome back to No Nonsense, powered by NerdWallet, where we drop the act and give you all the facts. I'm your host, Steven Smith. Stick with me until the end because we're going to cover a lesser known retirement fact that almost no one talks about, and it can completely change which account actually makes more sense for you. Before we go any further, quick disclaimer, I am not an investment or financial advisor, and this video is not financial advice. Everything here is for educational purposes only. Always consider talking to a qualified professional before making decisions about your personal finances. The first thing that we're going to do is jump over to the NerdWallet website and look at this article about individual retirement accounts, IRAs, what it is, and how it works. I'm going to link this article in the description, but let's briefly cover exactly what this is. An IRA, or an individual retirement account, is an investment account that's designed specifically to help you save more for retirement with tax advantages. Advantages being the key word here. IRAs aren't just about saving money, they're also about how much of that money you actually get to keep. IRAs matter because they give your money time to grow, and time is one of the most powerful ingredients in investing. The earlier you start, the better your money can work for you. Even small contributions can turn into significant amounts over decades thanks to compound growth. Unlike a 401k, which typically is offered through an employer, the Roth and traditional IRAs are accounts that you open on your own. So that means you have more control and flexibility, but also more responsibility. Now, there are 5 types of IRAs, but let's start with the traditional IRA. Now, this account can give you an immediate tax benefit when you contribute. That contribution may be tax deductible, which can lower your taxable income for that year. So in simple terms, you might owe less taxes today. The trade-off comes later. When you withdraw money in retirement, those withdrawals are taxed as ordinary income. So you're essentially telling the IRS, I'll pay you later. As long as you have earned income, there is no age limit on contributing to a traditional IRA. But once you reach the age of 73, you have required minimum distributions known as RMDs. Those will kick in. And at that point, the government requires you to start taking money out whether you need it or not. There are also penalties to be aware of if you withdraw money before age 59 and a half. You generally face a 10% early withdrawal penalty on top of the taxes owed, although there are very few specific exceptions. So I want to scroll down for a second so we can take a look at the contribution limits. Now, for 2026, traditional IRA contribution limits are capped at $7,500 if you are under the age of 50 and $8,600 if you are older than 50. Now, let's talk about the Roth IRA, which is often misunderstood but incredibly powerful. With a Roth IRA, you contribute money that you already have paid taxes on, so there's no upfront tax deduction. The payoff comes later. Qualified withdrawals in retirement are completely tax-free. So that means both your contributions and the investment growth on top of them can come out without owing a single dollar in taxes as long as you follow the rules. One major advantage of the Roth IRA is flexibility. You can withdraw your original contributions at any time without taxes or penalties. Earnings are a different story with different rules, but that access alone makes the Roth IRA more forgiving than people may realize. Another huge benefit, there are no required minimum distributions during your lifetime, so you can let the money grow as long as you want. Now, let's take a look at this What is a Roth IRA Basics and Calculator article for NerdWallet. This will also be linked down in the description, but I want to scroll down to the actual limits here for the amount of money that you can make. For 2026, income limits mean Roth IRA eligibility begins phasing out at $153,000 to $168,000 for a single filer and head of household, and $242,000 for married couples filing jointly. If you earn more than that, you may need to explore alternatives like a backdoor Roth, and that's a good time to involve a professional. Now let's take a look at this Roth versus traditional IRA. I just want to show you a few things that we can look at for comparison. Aside from taxes, Roth and traditional IRAs also differ in withdrawal flexibility, income eligibility, and required distributions. So the right choice usually comes down to your current income, your expected future income, your age, and how long your money has to grow. If you're early in your career and you expect your income to rise over time, a Roth IRA often makes sense. You pay taxes now, potentially at a lower rate, and then you enjoy tax-free growth later, and that can be a big advantage. If you're currently earning a higher income and expect to be in a lower tax bracket in retirement, a traditional IRA may provide meaningful savings today. And don't forget, age matters too. Younger investors can benefit more from tax-free growth because they have more time for compounding. Older investors may prioritize current tax deductions. Here's the part that almost no one explains clearly. If you actually invest the tax savings from a traditional IRA deduction instead of spending it, the end result can be surprisingly similar to a Roth IRA in many scenarios. For example, if you're in the 22% tax bracket, a $5,000 contribution saves you $1,100 in taxes. Now, if you invest that $5,000 and the $1,100, the combined value in retirement can be roughly the equivalent to having invested the $5,000 in a Roth IRA, assuming that you're staying in the same tax bracket. The problem is most people don't invest the tax savings, they spend it. And when that happens, the Roth IRA almost always wins mathematically. Choosing between a Roth IRA and a traditional IRA isn't about picking the best account, it's about picking the best account for you. Your future self is going to live with the decision for decades, so it is worth some real thought, and it might also be worth seeking out professional guidance. A tax professional or financial advisor can help walk you through your options and help you figure out what makes the most sense for you. Check out the link in the description if you want to connect with an advisor today. If this video helped you see retirement accounts more clearly, then do yourself a favor and subscribe to No Nonsense. We break down money topics without the fluff, and we would love to have you here. Please comment below if you made it to the end. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.